Hi, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Paisley again. This is the third lesson in our our linoleum carving unit. And as a review, I made my image. Okay, I made it really dark so it would transfer. All the graphite from my pencil would then be transferred onto my linoleum. I already went over that. Okay, now you've darkened up all your lines with your pencil. A dull pencil, don't use mechanical because otherwise it will gouge the linoleum. Okay, and now you're ready to carve. Okay, so this is called a bench hook. You want to make sure this is not the correct way because otherwise it doesn't give you any support. You want to make sure that this little part hooks onto the table. Okay, if you want to come around here so you can see how this hooks on. Okay. And that way your linoleum, you can push up against here and it gives you more support. Okay. So this is the linoleum carving tool. It's hard to see on the camera because it doesn't zoom super close, but there are two little metal pieces in there. And you would take one of your tools. Okay, I usually use the V-shaped tool first to outline things, and it should just slip in there. It's loose right now, and then you twist it to tighten it up. Okay. So this V tool makes really nice crisp lines, and don't forget that you have to carve out only what is white. Okay, you're going to leave the lines raised, you're going to leave the black shapes raised, you're not going to carve those away, so you have to carve on the outsides of them. So this V-shaped tool, I'm going to carve on the outside of my future belly that is, it's not quite this big yet. Okay, and I'm pressing away from me. Okay. I don't want to put my fingers here because linoleum carving tools, they will carve linoleum away. They will also carve your skin away. So let's not let that happen. And so I keep my fingers back here, going around the edge of the table that I've drawn in there. Okay, if I need to turn it around to get to a different area, that's fine. Okay, so I outline all of the big white areas first. This is part of the computer in my image. So some of these bigger white areas I might need to shift, and I might need to get the U-shaped tool. It's kind of a U-shape, and so you just untwist it, you take the other tool out, you put the other one in. If it's hard to push in, you might not have it in the right spot, so you just have to, it should just slip in. Okay, this one takes out a lot of material, and you want to make sure that you don't want to carve it this way, you don't want to go too deep, you want to have the carving tool at a low angle. And so see, it takes out much. But go kind of slow because you don't want to. I don't want to take out that foot of the table. So it takes out a lot more material. It will also give you some interesting textures. Okay, like if you're carving water, this can give you some really nice textures. Don't forget you're working on shapes, so the table legs are a shape, the space around the baby is a shape, even the white space of my hand is a shape. So you've got to think about shapes and texture. Okay, so for a fine texture, I'm going to use, or any details, I'm going to use this really, really little tool. Okay, be careful of them. I mean, don't hurt yourself, but so then this I'm going to use as a texture for my shirt pattern. But I'm not going to carve in this area because I still want it to be black. So I actually carved a little too much away, so I need to just be cautious. And same thing with along my shirt sleeve. I'm not going to carve back there because I still want it to be shadowed. So I'm going to just carve on the tops of the arms. Okay, so it carves really easily. I might use it for my keyboard for the computer as well, or like the lines in the paper that I'm writing on my computer, the pages, okay, the pages in the book that I would be reading. Always keeping my fingers behind the blade. Okay, so then you would just keep carving. I've done the other side. Okay, this is more of a finished one. This is ready for printing. Okay, so you can see that I've carved away all of the white areas, the tops of the tables, in between the tables. Okay, I've given my texture to my shirt. I've carved away the hands, but I've actually left a little bit for the fingernails. Okay, the baby's carved out, the paper, the keyboard. All of these things are carved out, and I've got texture in the pages, texture on my shirt, and now I'm ready to start printing. And all of the little scraps need to be thrown away and cleaned up, and these tools get put away. And then you're ready to do your test print to make sure that everything is the way you want it. And that will be the next demonstration. Have fun, be safe, and I will guide you towards where all this stuff is in the classroom. So have fun. Thanks.